there, welcome back to the channel. This is Mara from MWS Draw, and I'm coming back to you to go over some of my Inktober drawings that I did while I was having technical difficulties with my computer, where I was unable to post or edit anything. My goal was to try and edit and make some videos every day for the drawings that I did, and I know looking back now that might have been a little bit over ambitious because it does take a while to edit and get these together. So maybe it's better that it happened this way, where I only I'm showing it in a bunch, you know, like not one video every day, but just like a bunch of images that I did while my computer was acting up. If you didn't see my other video, I ran out of space on my computer because my computer is from 2015. It's kind of old, but it still works pretty good. It does what I needed to do, so I don't want to replace it. And I hate replacing computers, but it's one of those things that you need it. And so now that I've gotten things kind of figured out, I'm hoping that things will get a little smoother and that I can post. I'm gonna try for like once or twice a week. I don't want to make it too much because then, you know, I got a lot of other things on my plate right now. So anyway, we're gonna switch you down to look at the book here right now. Okay, so here is my day one of Justtober or Inktober, which was Paradise. And I drew this with ink and some watercolor wash, and this is when I realized that my paper was wasn't the best for watercolor, but I wanted to keep trying because, you know, I'm stubborn like that. And so this is my image for Paradise, and Paradise for me is when my kids are all asleep and I can start relaxing, the house is quiet, and I can do whatever I want. So that's Paradise for me. And day two was the word smile, and this is my image of Jack and Sally. I took this picture, a reference picture, at a Hallmark where there was this little figurine statue here, and I just kind of added, oh no, it did have the moon in the back, but I added the word smile at the top because who'd have a more iconic smile than Jack Skellington, right? Smile, see a smile? So that was my day two. And this is my day three. I tried to do some graphite here, and I wasn't quite successful in this one. I'm reading Harry Potter right now with my son, and this was the moment where he was catching the key. This day, I had the most major headache. I'm not one to get headaches at all, you know, or when I do get them, they're really bad. So I haven't had a headache in years, and so that day I had a headache, so I just kind of got whatever I could done. I pounded through my headache, and then the next day after that I felt better, so I went and did this key, and I was just playing with some of my watercolors on this page too. So that was my day number 3 for key. Oops, this one I drew in the back here. So this is day 4. And this was, what was it now? Oh, glow. Glow was the word. So I was just having some fun with lines, and I made these waves, and I made the sun glowing through the wave. But yeah, I used color pencils. I have these Mitsubishi watercolor pencils, and they're okay. They're a little bit waxy, and they kind of give this glare to it when you're using it. So I started using the Caran d'Ache watercolor pencils. Actually, I totally forgot I had these. I bought them when I was in college, and I pulled them back out again, and I didn't realize, oh, they're Caran d'Ache. One of those things where you go to the bookstore at college, and you know, you don't know what you're buying. You just look at all the stuff there and you just pick whatever one, right? And happened to be Caran d'Ache, so lucky me. So I used a little bit of that on the blue, the darker blue ones, the areas here. And then this one was flow. So I guess I was on a water kick, and I did flow there. It was okay. It didn't come out as nice as I'd like it to have come out, but it's all good. Practice. This is just practice in this book, right? And then my next 2 sketches I did was of my son and my niece. This one is Clover. So I put a little Clover on her because she's just so cute. And then this one here of my son, this was for positivity. My son, my littlest son, he is just the biggest ray of happiness you ever meet. He's just always so happy, so joyful, always ready to play. He's at that age where he just wants to be played with all the time. So that's why I chose him. He is my little ray of sunshine in my life. And day 6, here we go, was Hummingbird. And it's funny because as long as I've been into art, I never really used alcohol pens. And I had a few grayscale alcohol pens back when I was in college, and I actually still have them. And they still work, so it's kind of cool. And I really enjoyed using them because I never knew I could blend with alcohol pens or pens in general, because I never had them before. But they were so expensive at the time, so I only bought the 3 or 4 colors I was required to for class, and I never spent any more money on it because it was just too expensive at the time. And then my sister had given me a bunch of her Ohuhu pens because she bought some but never used it. So I used it for this drawing, which I thought came out pretty good. It's not too bad. And I did use color pencil on top of that just to kind of darken some of the areas. So this was my hummingbird picture. And this was day 8. And this is watercolor with some color pencil. I was trying to get watercolor to work on this paper, and it just does not want to cooperate, so a lot of areas were patchy. And this one I didn't draw from a reference, I just kind of made it up in my head. The only thing I did reference was the bee. I got a close-up picture of the bee, but I was, think the word is blossom, and I couldn't think of anything, so I thought of Thumbelina for some reason, so sitting on a flower. So that's why I drew, or did this image here. And this was day 8, and this one was called Build. And I used watercolor again with color pencil, and again, it didn't come out like how I would like it. I may revisit this in the future again because I kind of like the idea behind it. I thought build, when I think of the word build, I think build a family, build a life together with somebody. And so my kids really completed my life, you know, like here they are building, my littlest son building his blocks, and my oldest son trying to stop my middle son from destroying it because he's just the middle child. So that was for build. And day 9 was disco, and I couldn't think of anything other than roller skating because, you know, I was watching Big Bang Theory that night, and there was the episode where they were roller skating, and it was like a disco theme night or something. So that's why I found some figures roller skating, and I just put a disco ball in the back. So again, I'm not very versed in life drawing, so I think after Inktober I'm gonna focus more on trying to do more life drawing studies, maybe, and eyes and hands and stuff, because I really need to practice on that. I remember I used to do like eyes and hands all the time, but I threw all those away, unfortunately. Now, this one here was for day number 10, catch. And I thought for catch, my husband was a pretty good catch. So this is my husband and me. Not exactly what we look like, but you know, kind of close. And I did watercolor with this, and this is when I started to give up on watercolor a bit because it's just on this paper anyway, because it was just not nice, not coming out like I wanted to come out. So, but yeah, I thought this was a really cute illustration. I may revisit it again in the future, maybe with a little different background, but yeah, this is catch for me. And this is when I switched to poster color. This is day 12, I think. Day 11 or 12. And this was Bliss. And this, I like how it came out. I really did. This is the first time I was using poster color. And I realized that this paper is okay with poster color because it lays on the pigment really thick. And you don't need a lot of water to blend these colors together. So that worked out really well with this paper. And the meaning behind this one is that's me laying on the couch with the two things I cannot have anymore. And my coffee, I wish I drank a lot of coffee when I was younger, and now I can't drink it as much or at all due to sensitivities. And my little angel right there, she's not with us anymore, but you know, she brings me bliss thinking about her. And of course, no bra at home, right? That's the best bliss. And this is the next day, day 13. This one was gift, and I didn't want to do a cliche gift, like a box with a ribbon on it. And I always I'm notorious for ordering from Amazon, so every time a box comes, it's like a gift every time the mailman comes, right? So I got some Amazon boxes and me opening it up, looking inside the box. This one, I think it's one of my favorite ones besides my bliss one. This is one of my favorite ones I did, and this was for Dream. And this was a picture I took while in Japan. When I love Japan. Japan is one of the best places. If you ever go anywhere, go to Japan. I love Japan, and I want to go back so badly, but right now with the restrictions, it's not possible right now, unless you want to quarantine for like 10 days, which is kind of a waste. So yeah, hopefully when that loosens up a little bit, we can go back again. But in Japan, they have the most beautiful manhole covers. If you ever go there, look at the manhole covers. Every area has their own special one. Some have Pokemon on it, some have sakura, bamboo, all kinds of designs. And so this just happened to be one I took a picture of, and I tried to find all of them that I could when we were in these areas. And I made everybody stand around them so I could take a picture with all our feet in front of it, because I thought that's so cute, because it reminds us of when we were traveling together, and of course of the place. And this manhole cover was right in front of Studio Ghibli, actually. And so, well, not right in front of it, but in the area right before we went to Studio Ghibli. So this was a really fun memory for me anyway. I really enjoyed taking pictures of all the manhole covers and all my kids and my nieces' feet, and my sisters too, in the picture. Now this is day, I don't know what day it is anymore. This is the word peony, and I tried using poster color, still yet, but for some reason, and oh, I know what happened. So this, I put a acrylic wash on the back to give it some kind of tone on the back. And I think that's what made it a little bit harder to blend the poster color, but, or it could just be me not being really into the subject, because flowers are not my strong suit, and maybe I just need to practice it more. But so yeah, this is peony. And this one is day 17, yeah, 17, called Leap. And I thought this came out pretty good considering, you know, everything else. This is a goldfish leaping out of the water. I used poster color again for this, and it's so, like, the poster color is so vibrant. It just pops on the page. It's so pretty. So yeah, this one came out really nice. Not nicer than I expected it to. And then this is actually moving ahead. Day 18 and 19. So this is technically today's one. This is oak. And we don't have any oak trees where I live, so it's not something I'm familiar with or see much often, and I guess maybe that's why I wasn't too into the subject matter. But, you know, maybe I'll revisit it again and do something different. But this is an oak, and this is olive, and I found that the poster color worked really well with this. Again, you can see how the paper kind of pills when it's too wet, so I kind of didn't like that, but the parts that were just pure poster color came out not too bad. And then this is Current, my angel fish. And so this one I used poster color as well. So again, just getting used to the medium. I think I may switch it up to something different next one, but because technically it's Inktober, it's supposed to be ink, but but just cards, you can use anything you want. So that's why I was using color, because I love color and I just never really play with color. I always use pencil I don't even use ink that often, so I may go back to ink or something different for the next one. We'll see how I feel when I'm sitting down and actually trying to draw it. But anyway, these are the drawings that I've done up until this point. And I think the next drawing is, I wrote it down here. Oh, opal and balance. So we'll see how those turn out. I already had set aside 2 areas that I was going to do opal and balance. I may not do it in this format, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, those are my Inktober up until this point. And if you stayed all the way to the end, thank you very much. Hopefully I inspire you to pick up art and just have fun with it. I wish I hadn't wasted so much time telling myself that I couldn't or I shouldn't do it, you know. I wish, looking back, that I could have done more of this kind of stuff, because I feel like I've wasted so much time. But now here we are, trying to catch up, trying to be happy, and enjoying the moment with art. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!